if you have a device that uses batteries, okay, and it doesn't work, I'm going to show you how to fix it. Now this one here I'm going to come back to in a second. If you have, let's say, a remote control, be it a TV, set-top box, whatever, and it kind of runs a bit slow, and you've put new batteries in there, or you've recently put batteries in there, and it stops working, there could be a issue with the batteries. Let me show you. First and foremost, if you open it up and you notice, let me show you here, let me zoom into it, that there is like a powdery white substance here. Don't touch that. That basically means that battery is leaking, okay? And what's happening is that powdery substance there is not letting the contacts touch each other, and your remote or your device will stop working. Now please don't touch that with your bare fingers, because it is corrosive to the skin and harmful to the eyes. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. All right, this one as well, what happened was I had this up for about 6 months, I think a bit more than 6 months, and one day it just stopped working. I put new batteries in again and it doesn't work. These batteries I had in there and basically they didn't work, and the reason behind that was, if I open the back here, I'm not sure if you guys can see properly, but the terminals, what happened was there was some powdery substance, again corrosion on the sides. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's left, just look here, it's left like corrosion there, so that prevents the batteries from touching the terminal. So let's do this, right? First and foremost, before I touch anything, I'm gonna put some gloves on, okay? Right, there we go. Now what we need to do first is let's test it out. Let's see if it actually works, because again I had brand new batteries in there twice and it didn't work, so I thought something's not right. So because it's got the lighting in this room, what I'm gonna do is turn the side light off. I'm gonna try it out here, okay? If you cover it up, it's got a sensor here, and when it's dark it should come on, and that doesn't work. Okay, I've got that completely covered, that doesn't work. Okay, so what you need to do, take the batteries out, okay, put them to the side, get yourself a brush like this. Now you could use an old toothbrush, please don't use the toothbrush that you use, otherwise you're not going to be able to use that toothbrush again. So use an old brush. This is something, I don't know what this is made for, hair color, whatever. This is an old brush. Get yourself, they call these Q-tips, but I call them earbuds, cotton buds. Again, try to get something that doesn't fall apart, because these fibers here, what we're going to do is essentially clean the terminals up here, okay? Right, so let's do this. What you're also going to need is some white vinegar. Please do not use normal fish and chips vinegar, the brown one. It won't work. This stuff, what it does, it neutralizes that powdery stuff, okay? So just be careful with this. Obviously don't try not to get it in your eyes or anything like that. And again, please make sure it's white vinegar, all right? Just going to pour a little bit, don't have to pour much. Well, I can smell that's quite strong. I feel like fish and chips now. So what we're going to do, right, first of all, get the brush, okay, and all you're going to do is see where the terminals are. Just give that a bit of a scrape. So if there's any loose material, again, make sure it's on a surface you can wipe down afterwards. Try not to do it on your bed or any surface that's fabric, otherwise if you get this stuff or even the vinegar on, you're going to have something else to clean. Okay, just give that a bit of a scrape. Again, this one is not too bad. Some of them, you know, they're plastered with that powder and you'll see stuff coming off. Again, try to keep it at an arm's length. You don't want to get it in your eyes and do it away from you. Don't do like that, okay? Just try to do it away all the time. All right, and preferably downwards. Right, so that looks pretty clean, but what we're going to do, because this is not working, when you dip the vinegar in, try not to saturate. Don't get the Q-tip so wet, or the cotton bud. Okay, so what we're going to do is dab a little bit on the terminals. All right, again, you don't want to make it too wet, otherwise if the vinegar gets into the device, then yeah, the device will stop working altogether. Okay, we're just gonna just go around. I think this one here I can see is a little bit like dirty, so give that a bit of a wipe. Let me just turn this light back on. Do it in a well lit area so you can actually see what you're doing. Should be shiny, and you'll see this cotton bud is actually starting to come off, because this is a bit of a cheap one, but it doesn't really matter. You don't have to get expensive stuff. Okay, that looks pretty clean to me. Get this is the used one. Get a dry one then, a dry cotton bud, and just dry it off. You can see, I'm not sure if you guys can see, that's quite shiny. Before it was looking a bit dull. Give that a good clean. If you find that you've wet it too much, you can just leave it out to air. So one of the things, make sure the battery's on the right way. So the bullet head there, that goes to the plus, and plus. Okay, there you go. Can you see the light there? That now comes on. Right, brilliant. We worked that perfectly. So again, this light is really brilliant, guys. I'm going to put the link down below. This actually lights up my whole hallway, and the range is pretty good, so you don't have to go right underneath it. Like, you could be like 3 or 4 meters away and it comes on. Put a couple of them. It comes I think it comes in a pack of 3. It comes with a magnet, so you can put it on the ceiling, so as you're walking through the hallway or down the stairs, that will come on, and it really helps with energy efficiency. Why? We don't turn the lights on anymore, and it actually does light up the whole stairwell or the passage, especially in the night when you're coming down the stairs. You know, you're sort of half asleep. If you want to go to the toilet, you know, you don't need to switch the lights on. You just literally just walk out your living. As soon as the bedroom door opens, that goes on. We go down the stairs on the second floor, the other light comes on, vice versa, and you know, it just lights up and it stays on. But then it goes off. You know, it stays on for a while until you've exited that area. So yeah, and again with the batteries, guys, I must say, this is not me promoting Vata batteries, but what I find is that when you buy batteries, those cheap batteries from Poundland, and they're like £1 for a whole pack, don't do that. They're very cheap batteries, and they'll have that leaking stuff coming out of it literally within a week. I used to buy those batteries thinking they're cheap, and I found that a lot of my remote control, they ended up getting damaged, because remember, when you have remote control, it doesn't use that much battery because you're only pressing a few buttons. If you're using a high-powered device like cameras or a toy, you're going to be changing the batteries very often. Also remember, when, as I said about the remote, the batteries stay in there for quite a long time. Okay, so what happens then, the battery starts leaking. Also remember, guys, check the expiry of the battery. Some of these batteries will have expiry date on them. Most probably on the packet. Let's see if it's got it on here. I haven't got my glasses with me. So usually they have an expiry date over here or somewhere along the battery there, okay, and it'll say expires 2022, right? Just make sure those batteries are not expired, okay? Again, I'm quite happy with that. So let me show you guys this remote control. Yeah, again, nothing wrong with this remote control. The remote is perfect, it's brilliant. Yeah, it's just these batteries have been in here for quite some time. This remote we're using in the kitchen. So again, what I'm going to do is carefully take this out. Wow, look at that. Can you guys see that? Let me just focus in on that. Okay, look at that. That's awful, right? So again, these batteries we're going to put to a side here. We're not going to use them again. And that inside the remote there, you can see that's nasty. So what we're going to do is, again, get the brush, okay? Just be careful you don't brush the white stuff back into the remote, because this one's got a little cavity inside there, okay? So what we're going to do is just gently brush the insides. If you guys have like a Dyson Hoover or any other small handheld Hoover, just brush it off, and you can get the Hoover vacuum cleaner rather, and just basically hoover that up if you want. Sometimes be very careful, these terminals inside here, the silver ones, the spring ones, they do come off, so just bear in mind, don't do it too hard. You just want to gently just scrub it so that white powdery stuff comes off. Okay, bit inside there. Sorry guys about the focus. This I'm actually doing on my kitchen table. Okay. It's a bit there. If you find that you can't get into some places, what you can do is later on when you get the cotton bud, you can get deeper in there. This is just to clear up the hard bits. This brush, to be honest, is quite stiff, which is good. You can get these from like hair shops, like places that sell like wigs and makeup and stuff like that. I think it is actually for putting on hair color, and the other bit is like a comb. I'm not sure. Actually, should we try using this? Yeah, we can do that. Get in there. This is just a simple thing. You don't have to you can use any brush, to be honest. This is something that we don't use, so I thought, yeah, let's just use that. Okay. Wow, look at that. All that came out. Can you see that? The powder there, it all came out, right? Right, so once again, get a clean Q-tip or cotton bud, dip that in, and what we're going to do is just gently just clean the terminals. Bear in mind one thing, yeah? So here I'm using a Sky remote, yeah? So if you are going to do this and the battery's out the remote for more than a minute, your remote will lose the code to the volume for the TV. So I'm going to put a link at the end of this video on how, if in this instance the Sky Q remote, how to link it back up to your TV, yeah? So bear that in mind. If you ever change batteries out of a remote, sometimes they lose their code memory, so just bear that in mind. Alright? Okay, so there you have it. That's sparkling clean. And again, I can see it's a little bit wet, so I'm just going to get a dry cotton bud and just clean that up. And once again guys, don't use the old batteries. Don't even attempt to clean the batteries, because that is not just oxidization, that's the battery leaking. Yeah, so from somewhere from in there that's leaking. They're Duracell batteries as well. So nothing against that. It's probably because these batteries have been in there for a long time, and again heat and everything else and whatnot. So there you have it. That, let me show you guys, focus on that, is a clean remote terminal. So I'm happy with that. Okay guys, so again I'm going to put the link down for this light here. There is many variations, but I've tried this one and this one works really well. I've got actually one of these on my front door, so when I come home in the night, it goes on. It's not weatherproof, so don't put it outside in the rain. I've put it underneath this little sheltery bit. You can put it on the side if you want, so it comes on, but try not to put it right in front of your face, otherwise it will blind you. Alright guys, make sure you give a thumbs up to this video if it's helped you. Share this with your friends and family, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Take care.